Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another deck guide video, and for this specific deck guide video, we'll be focusing on Vanguard Zero English because I have been posting a lot of deck guide for the Japan side, but so this time it's gonna be on the English side, and the featured deck for today will be Granblue. So let's take a look. Believe it or not, Granblue is actually pretty viable right now, just because of a really important card which is Night Mist, which is a triple rare, so do take note. So here is the list. So let's start off with our starter. Obviously you want to be running Samurai Spirit, just because, not Samurai Spirit, Night Spirit, just because you can actually get into your grade 3 earlier than your opponent and get a twin drive and hopefully get a trigger on that drive, and that is going to be really good. But it's not really necessary to superior right because there is time you don't really want to, so you kind of want to depends on the situation, as I'll explain more when I jump into the gameplay itself. So for grade 1 we have 4 PG, 4 Samurai Spirit, 4 of this really important card Chappie. You kind of need to play 4, it's super important, and it's just a double rare, so I feel like it is quite obtainable. Although the Granblue event have ended, so you can't really get it anymore, but you need to wait till a Granblue event for part 2 come out during the Limit Break era. And then just a one-off grade 1, I just choose to run Evil Shade because you can get a 10k boost for your Vanguard and new cards from your deck, which is very nice. Or you can play the 8k vanilla as well, it's totally up to you. And then for our grade 2, we run 4 grade 2 10k vanillas, 2 of the Ghost Ship, which is 11k attacker, so that's very nice. And then 3 Rune Shade, and then we got our very important card where you need 1/4 copy of, and it's Night Mist, as you can see right here. So this deck is actually built around Night Mist, just because right now in this season, actually from this season onwards, most of your opponent Vanguard base is gonna be 11k, so having Night Mist is really important because if he got another copy of itself in the drop zone, it's gonna be a 11k attacker, which means you don't really need a boost to attack through your opponent Vanguard if it is an 11k base, which should be most of the time. So it's very important to run 4. And also, why you want to run 4 Chappie is because of this card. You want to use your Chappie to mill your Night Mist, or even your... Is this Samurai Spirit? No, that's not Samurai Spirit. Your Spirit Exceed. So your Chappie will be milling either your Samurai Spirit, your grade 1 Samurai Spirit, your Night Mist, or your Spirit Exceed. And then for your Rune Shade, running 3 I think is okay. It's not necessary to run 4 just because you don't really want to mill your deck too much, or else you're gonna deck out. And you don't really have a choice. When this attack, it will just mill 2 cards whether you like it or not, so you have no choice there. But if you don't have it, I think it's okay. You can run 1 or 2, but 3 I say maximum. But if you don't have it, you can actually run the 8k. Wait, hold on, I shall show it to you. There's a 8k which is also 11k attacker. This card, yes. So when your hand have more cards than your opponent, this becomes 11k attacker. But if you're running this card, you want to run more draw trigger in your deck, so do take note. Otherwise, I guess you can run more of your Ghost Ship, but don't run 4 because I feel like the restraint is gonna cost you the game sometimes, because when you're out of counter blast and then this is your only attacker, you can't really attack because you can superior call anything from the drop zone. So don't really run too much Ghost Ship, even though it's good because it's 11k. And then let's move on to our grade 3. Grade 3 we have 4 Spirit Exceed, 4 Skull Dragon, 1 of this card, Witch Doctor of the Abyss, and then we have 4 Busky, I have no clue how to pronounce this. So obviously your main right, okay, so for this deck it's really simple. It's either you want to be 11k base or a solid 12k attacker. So if you want a 12k attacker, obviously this is going to be your main right, because you don't really need boost for your Vanguard to attack through your opponent Vanguard if it is an 11k base. So this will be your main right. Then your backup right will obviously be your Spirit Exceed if you have Samurai Spirit in your soul. But if you go for the superior right, you're good to go as well. And another reason why this card is so good is because if your Night Spirit is in the soul right, then your Spirit Exceed become a solid 13k attacker, so it's gonna be really good. And if you pair with your Samurai Spirit, it's gonna make a 20k column, which isn't the best right now, unless you're facing off against deck that run 10k base grade 3 like Bermuda Triangle, or even RP if they're not playing Galahad. If they're playing Gamo build, then it's gonna be a really good 20k attacker base. And then the other 4 with 3, which is this Skull Dragon. So just run this because it is a 13k attacker and you can superior call this from your drop zone. So that is also really good for you to unlock your restraint for your ghost ship. And then just play one of this. I think this is good. You don't really want to play too much of this just because it is Counterblast 2 and you kind of want to save your Counterblast for your Night Mist. So this is a really good card if you are low in hand size and you don't really have the cards to actually sacrifice to call your Night Mist. So this will be a +1, but it's going to be Counterblast 2, so it's going to be quite costly, although because we don't really have any counter charger in this clan just yet, but in the future we will get it. And for the trigger build, you can notice I actually run 4 crits, 5 draw and 4 heal. So I like to run crits on this guy because if you go second, right, if you attack with your Vanguard, if you dry check this, you're going to do 2 damage to your opponent, and then you have already got I keep forgetting this name, Spirit Exceed in your drop zone. That means you don't really need to use Chappie skill to mill this card. You can just straight away go for the superior right if you have the Samurai Spirit in your hand. So that is very nice. But like I say, right, if you run the 8k 11, the grade 2 8k, which is an 11k attacker, when you have more hand than your opponent, you do want to try to run more draw, 7 draw, I think. But as you can see, I'm running crit, but stand work as well. Stand and crit work just fine. So I've talked a lot already, so let's jump to some gameplay. So the bad matchup for Granblue will obviously be a blockage deck, just because you ignore your Night Mist. That means you're not going to be counterblasting or superior calling anything from a drop zone because they are going to be ignoring your grade 2. So the main counter is just going to be a blockage deck, but this deck is going to be really good against Full Moon Tsukuyomi just because they run Stan and they run Tom. That means they are dealing 1 damage at a time, and the way they kill is using their Silent Tom when you're at 5. So because you have your 2 Samurai Spirit, what Samurai Spirit? I mean your Captain Night Mist, that means they're only dealing 1 damage per turn because of the ability grade 2 intercept. So that is pretty much the best matchup if you ask me. But in general it's just really good, mainly because of Night Mist. So do take note, you want to run 4 Night Mists. I would say 3 is alright, but I still recommend you to run 4. And we are facing against a Bermuda Triangle as our first opponent, first game. So let's see how it goes. Obviously you don't want to keep your Night Mist in your hand because you want to mill it from your deck, so there's really no reason to keep it. And since I'm going first, I need a grade 3, so I'm just going to mulligan 3 cards and keep a grade 1 and 2, and we got a pretty solid hand. Although we don't have any Chappie, but in the later on of the game, we should draw into Chappie, and that's going to be really good. So for a starter, when you ride, do take note, if you are riding the Bersker, which is the 12k attacker, right, you can actually put your 4k grade 0 at the back of your Vanguard so that you can make a 16k column which can hit through a defensive trigger if your opponent is 11k base. But if you ride Samurai Spirit and you're gonna ride Spirit Exceed, it's gonna be 11k, so most of the time I will put my starter at the left or right side. And he is a VP farmer, so I'm just gonna concede here. Let's not waste any time. Just because I have 0 point, I'm not really gonna get punished for just losing a game here, so let's just move on. Oh, that is a really solid hand though. I would love to play that game out, but sadly we can't. So let's just move on to the next game. I do want to try play 2 games, as I kind of want to set 2 games as my standard for my deck guide from now on. But if you feel like the deck guide video is a little bit too long, you can let me know down below in the comment section, and I'll try my best to cut it short. But otherwise, if you guys enjoy it, I guess 2 games estimation will be 40 minutes. It really depends on how my opponent plays out. So obviously the best deck now, as you can see, will obviously be Perfect Riser. So we are facing off against Perfect Riser, I assume, and this is a really good hand. Like I say, you don't really necessarily need to go for Superior Right play. And I feel like this is a good hand just because we have a Great 2 to right, and then we got Chappie, that means we can get a Night Mist from our deck to the drop zone, and then we got another Night Mist where we can actually use it to intercept, and then that is 2 Night Mists in our drop zone, so that's very good. So I'm just going to full keep this hand. And like I assume it's going to be a Riser deck. Sadly, you draw the heal, which you don't want to see, but it's alright. So I'm going to be running my Evil Shade and Tash right here. So against this matchup, obviously you want to throw into your PG. Otherwise, you're going to get wrecked because he's dealing 2 damage per turn. So this is another bad matchup for this deck. But do take note, if you have your PG, the matchup is going to be okay. But luckily for us, he actually missed the Riser right and he read a PG. That means he's going to soul charge 3 Riser from his rearguard instead of 2 normally. So that's good. So we try a crit there, which is fine. Ooh, we can actually go for the Superior Right. So let's think about it. Obviously, we're going to be running this. So the question is, should we go for the Superior Right here? I think it's okay to go for it because it's a 6k base and we can make some magic number. So okay, let's try to do the Superior Right play. Although we are milling a critical trigger, which is a little bit sad. And another good thing about Superior Right is, right, you set up your soul for your Persky, so that's very good. So let's just go for it. And we draw a Rune Shade, that's very good. So if you can mill a Night Mist, draw a Rune Shade, it's going to be really nice as well. So as you can see, if you actually Superior Right, the moment you write your Berserker or Persky, however you pronounce it, you can actually use the skill straight away because you have 5 soul and then during your main phase you soul charge 1, so that is 6 soul. So obviously I want to set up as many Interceptor as I can, and I'm going to call my Night Mist here, and I'm going to call my Rune Shade here. So as you can see, I have make some, is this magic number? Hold on, let me think about it. It's gonna go to 16, yeah, this is magic number. That means even he get trigger, we still can hit through, unless he get double trigger. He get a trigger, okay, that's unfortunate. I'm just gonna swing my Vanguard first, so that if I check heal, I can actually heal. No trigger, oh, sadly if we actually swing our Night Mist, not Night Mist, if we swing with our Rune Shade, we will mill Night Mist, but we wouldn't know that, so I still feel like my play is correct, and we mill 2 trigger there, that's very sad. So not looking that great, but at least 2 PG is down for our opponent. So we have already lost 6 trigger and that's very bad, and these normally don't happen. So there'll be times where your meal will be very unfortunate because you just keep milling your trigger and you're just not going to win those games. But it's okay, just move on and just go to the next game and hope it will get better soon. And look like he did not write another Riser, so is he playing Perfect Riser now? I'm asking myself that. I feel like he is, just that he's unlucky with his Riser, right? So that's gonna buy us a lot of time. And the moment I go to 4 damage, I'm just gonna run my Persky. Unless I want to call my Night Mist from the drop zone, but let's think about it first. Ooh, we got another Chappie. That is really good. So obviously I'm gonna pass here. Okay now. So we can go for a value play or a solid play. So the solid play will be guaranteed damage because if we call here, we can make a 90k column. Even that means if my opponent get a defensive trigger, we still get hit through his Vanguard. But the value play will be to actually retire this and call my Night Mist out from my drop zone. And if my opponent don't get a trigger, I still can hit it through. So I think I'm going to go for a value play here. So I'm just going to call this here. And I'm going to use my Night Mist skill. And I'm going to call it on the right side. And then I'm going to call Chappie to actually mill 1 Night Mist from my deck. So that my Night Mist on the board become 11k. That means it can hit through the Vanguard or even the King of Night. So this play is actually good, as long as you don't get a trigger. It's actually that simple. Okay, so he didn't get triggered, that means it's going to fall. Unless you check crit, then he's going to fire. And we actually did check crit, wow, okay. So let's see if he have PG or not. He don't have, which I cannot expect because 2 PGs already gone. He right one and another one go to the damage zone. So he's already at 5. So as you can see, the power of crit is good. But then you also notice that our hand size is really tiny. So you want to keep in mind your trigger build. So you kind of want to play around the trigger build. For me, I like the crit. But if you feel like, I feel like draw is more basic, more safe, and look like he's gonna actually suck in 4 riser from his hand, which is totally fine. He's gonna put me to 4, and sadly, I can't get my 5th damage. Otherwise, I can actually write Bursky to Mega Blast his skill. But as you can see, if you don't check heal trigger, we should win the game. No, it's not we should win the game. If you don't check the heal trigger, we will win the game. It's that simple. So let's see what the twin drive is really important here. Because he shuffled his deck, right? Did he shuffle his deck? I think he did. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Because he shuffled his deck, he actually decreased his odd of checking a trigger because all the non-trigger he checks at the bottom of his deck, but he shuffled, that means he have a lower chance of checking trigger. And we draw a ghost shape, which is very good as well. Okay, so I'm gonna skip right obviously, and I'm just gonna get rid of my grade 1. No, we should play around heal trigger. And because of that, let's do it like this. And I'm gonna use my Nightmare skill again. And now we have a solid board of Interceptor. That means even for some reason he survived, we still will survive through his next turn. And this is the reason why Granblue is good, because they always have a consistent board of grade 2, which means you are only dealing 1 damage per turn unless your opponent is a perfect riser, as you can see right now. So no trigger, that's very sad, because it's gonna 6 damage shield me, right? No, he's not, so that is game for us. So we beat the number 1 strongest deck at the moment, which is Perfect Riser. So really good example why Granblue is actually good. So let's go for another game. Let's see if we can face off another clan this time. And I kind of want to not Superior Right, because first game I Superior Right, so the next game I'll try to play and not Superior Right. Unless I got a hand for it, then it kind of call for it, right? Okay, so we're fighting against a really interesting clan, which is Pale Moon. And that is a high skill deck, because you really need to think a lot. And if you don't like to think, then that deck is not for you. So, ooh, this is a good hand. This is a really good hand. Because you can guarantee the Superior Right, obviously you don't want to keep grade 3 in your hand, so let's do it like this. And sadly I say I try not to Superior Right, but this hand call for it. It call for it. And I feel like my opponent is VP farming. And this hand is amazing, as you can see. I feel like I don't even need to play this game. You guys can just tell by this hand how I'm going to play. So obviously I'm going to be running my Samurai Spirit. And then next turn I'll be running a grade 2, which is not my Nightmares. And then call my Chappie down to get a Spirit Exceed to the drop zone. And then Superior Right, because I have another Samurai Spirit on my hand. And then start to rush from there. But I know he's VP farming. Yep. So I'm gonna check my recording time here. So it's a solid 19 minutes. So I feel like I can play another game. Why not? I don't really care about my points right now, so I'm just gonna concede and save you guys a bunch of time. And since the season is ending, I kind of expect a bunch of VP farmers. And also right now I think it's times 2 VP. So this is why you see an increased amount of VP farmer, which is annoying for content creators like me. But it's gonna be really good for people that want to climb to top 100 or even top 10 or top 3. So it has its pros and cons for VP farmers. so I'm not gonna complain there. So we're fighting against RP, which is interesting. So this is solid hand. And it all depends what we mill on our own shade. So we are facing against Galahad, another deck that can have 2 crits on their Vanguard. That means Interceptor don't really stop them from doing their job. Because the main goal of this deck is to actually prevent our opponent from dealing more than 1 damage. And look like he missed, right? Oh, is he a VP farmer? I have no clue, man. I have no clue, but because I'm running Busky, I'm just gonna call it Busker, man, seriously. I'm just gonna put my... What's this name again? Night Spirit, yes. I'm just gonna put my Night Spirit at the back to get a 16k column running. But if you have an even shade, obviously you want to put it at the left or right side. But even though you don't have it, you still can put it at the back of your Vanguard, and if you draw it later on to the game, you can soul charge it and then call Evil Spirit behind your Vanguard as well. Seriously, this guy missed twice, really? And he's not a VP farmer because he played Heal Trigger. And then this guy... Is he VP farmer? He's not, he's not. He plays Stand. You know, I want to play a proper game, so I'm just gonna consider. I don't really want to waste time playing an unfair game like that. Although my hand is amazing though, my hand is amazing, but sadly, our opponent missed, right? Or maybe he is a VP farmer, I don't understand why he play heal, if he is. But let's hope we can get a proper opponent right now. Okay, Jesus. Not regular VP farmers. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm really sorry that you guys have to go through this with me. But hang in there. Okay, you know what? The next game is gonna be the last one. If it's gonna be a VP farmer, so be it. It's just gonna be a single match gameplay. So let's hope it is not, so that I can play more for you guys. And already in the 22-minute mark. Yikes, yikes, yikes. You know when I'm climbing seriously, right? The VP farmer just won't come, but when I'm recording a video, all the VP farmer will suddenly come to me. Look at that, look at that. VP farming, 2.5 VP, 4.2 million VP already, this guy. It's nuts. Oh god. Okay then, I guess this should be it. I really don't want to try anymore. But I hope you guys can understand how this deck works because I actually explain a lot. And I feel like my gameplay against Perfectizer kind of already showcased how this deck works. So yeah, I'm just gonna end off my video here. So quick recap, if you want to play draw, go ahead. Draw will be a safe option, but quick for me is personally will be better because you can actually go for aggressive approach. But then like I say, stand work just fine. So if you guys actually try this deck list out, or even try Granblue out in general, you can let me know down below in the comment section how it feels for you and whether you are a big fan of Granblue or not. And yeah, this should be it. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for next video. Goodbye.